Deputy Leader and National Director of Elections to introduce the section on working together for a real recovery, local jobs and businesses.
Thank you, Chair. As you've just seen in the video, our campaign for the local and the European elections will be rooted in the work that this party has done to restore the economy, protect communities and to repair the damage done by the disastrous bank guarantee and the subsequent loss of 250,000 jobs in this country. In the 3 years since Labour was elected to government, Ireland has experienced a massive turnaround. Number one, the Troika has gone home and Ireland has exited the bailout. Number two, we can now borrow money at extremely competitive rates. We are once more functioning as a normal Eurozone country, and that's terribly important. Number three, the economy is growing again, and all of the indicators indicate that the recovery is picking up pace. Number four, through the Pathways to Work strategy, we are helping people back to work. The figures show it, with the live register falling for 19 months in a row, and 58,000 more people now in jobs, the vast majority of them in full-time employment. And number five, around the country we can see the fine schools built and refurbished under a Labour Education Minister, a clear and welcome visible local sign of the recovery. This is Labour's record, but we have much more to do. The benefits of economic recovery take time to filter through. We have to ensure that recovery is felt in every person's life and in every community across the country, urban and rural. There has to be a social dividend that is concentrated on the lower paid and on disadvantaged communities. A social dividend that narrows the gap between rich and poor. Because if the financial crash showed anything, it was the fallacy of the trickle-down theory. This is the obnoxious dogma that if we just make the rich richer, we'll all be better off eventually because their wealth will trickle down. It was really, I think, insulting rubbish, but it has dominated economic policy in the US and in a lot of the EU for far too long, with disastrous consequences for communities and families and individuals everywhere. The only way to restore prosperity is if we build the recovery from the bottom up and the middle out, not from the top down. That means building businesses, building new homes, getting the closed shop fronts around our towns, around our cities, particularly in our smaller towns and in the rural areas, getting those shops open again and making people feel that their community is in recovery, not just the big cities, not just Dublin, not just Cork, not just Galway. It means working together to achieve full employment, fair wages and an income tax system that gives people who work hard but don't earn a huge amount a break as soon as humanly possible. In turn, progress on these fronts will boost tax revenue and create room for new investment in key public services. Across the country right now, a number of communities have, I know, more immediate concerns, having been severely affected by the recent stormy weather. They've seen their homes flooded, their furniture destroyed, and in many cases, as we know, and as Labour councillors, TDs and MEPs know on the ground, there are many cases now where people have no insurance because of previous flooding history. So it's our job and it's the government's job to provide the help they need, and we've put in place the funding so that in the coming weeks and months the money will be there to restore the damage and to repair homes. Our councillors and local representatives will be on hand to help householders with their need. And I've had a chance to see that firsthand, particularly in Limerick, where the community really has suffered. So just our councillors will be there for people just as they've always been there for their local community. And this really is what Labour stands for, working together to promote local jobs and businesses, working together to revive towns and cities and open up those closed shop fronts once again, working together to develop our rural economy, and working together to support families and to increase living standards, working together as a country, as a party, through our candidates to actually help this wonderful country realise its full potential and give our people a fair break and an even chance. I want to now call on Katrina Jones, our councillor in Lucan, to talk to you.